Forbidden's Truth, Breaking the Matrix of Control Chapter 2, Legends About Space, Part 2.3. The true nature of planets and stars, not cosmic bodies, but elements of a system. If official astronautics is a hoax, and if Earth is flat and sealed beneath the dome, then the next question inevitably arises: what is the true nature of our so-called solar system? Official science presents a chaotic model: planets formed randomly from a dust cloud after a Big Bang, with their sizes and orbits appearing as accidental outcomes. Yet, 90% of known star systems discovered by astronomers display planets arranged neatly by size, decreasing outward from the star. Only one exception, Kepler 90, discovered in 2013, resembles our solar system, where planets appear out of order. We are told this is a mere coincidence, but can such an anomaly be brushed off as chance? Or does it suggest something else, that our solar system is not random at all, but a carefully designed engineering structure created with a specific, hidden purpose? According to this hypothesis, each planet is not simply a natural body, but a functional component of a vast technological complex, akin to parts of an advanced factory where every element fulfills a precise role. Mercury, the sun's regulator. Its metallic composition shields it from intense solar winds, suggesting it acts as a kind of controller or processor for the central star, regulating radiation and energy flows that sustain the entire system, including Earth under the dome. Venus, a bioreactor. Its dense carbon dioxide atmosphere is an ideal raw material for producing carbohydrates and organics. This implies a factory world supplying vast amounts of organic resources for fleets of starships supporting life far beyond Earth, perhaps for civilizations that visit our hotel planet. Mars, a repair base. Beneath its red surface may lie colossal hangars and factories for spacecraft maintenance. What is presented as traces of ancient water could just as easily be industrial runoff or technological fluids from underground facilities. Phaeton, the destroyed control hub. The asteroid belt may be the remains of this once central command planet. Its destruction, whether by sabotage or war, crippled the system's integrity, leaving it in emergency mode. Jupiter, a fueling station. Its massive hydrogen-helium atmosphere is the perfect source for advanced photon or plasma engines, functioning as a galactic gas station for ships crossing interstellar routes. Saturn, a crystal factory. Its rings are not randomized, but finely tuned crystal growth fields, ideal for producing high-tech components like semiconductors or data storage units. This points to Saturn as a cosmic microchip plant serving the system's infrastructure. Uranus, a relay station. Its tilted axis and unique rings may act as a giant antenna, part of a galactic communications grid. Its shifting magnetic poles suggest engineered precision for data relay across vast distances. And finally, the most astonishing part, Earth itself. According to this model, Earth is not simply a planet, but either a massive galactic base or even a starship designed to house millions. Some theories suggest it arrived in this system roughly 2 centuries ago as part of a larger conflict to reclaim the solar system from invaders. Humanity, in this scenario, lives on the decks of this immense vessel without realizing it, kept ignorant to prevent panic and to maintain the system's operation. Seen this way, the solar system is not a random scattering of rocks and gas balls. It is a remote transshipment hub, strategically positioned between the galaxy's core and its outer arm, an ideal staging ground for interstellar operations. Every planet, every ring, every belt points to deliberate engineering on a scale beyond our comprehension. This interpretation radically shifts our understanding. What we call planets and stars may not be natural objects at all, but integral parts of a system designed by higher intelligences. Concealed beneath the veil of official astronomy, the deception hides not only the truth of our world, but also our role within a cosmic infrastructure whose purpose is still hidden from humanity. 2.4. Consequences of revealing the truth about space, the collapse of illusions and the dawn of a new era. If the truth about falsified spaceflights, the engineered nature of the solar system, the dome above us, and the fact that space is not an endless void but a controlled system were to become public knowledge, the consequences would be nothing short of seismic. For the ruling order, it would mean catastrophic collapse. For humanity, it would mark the beginning of an unstoppable revolution of consciousness and liberation. The collapse of official astronomy and astronautics. All the so-called achievements of NASA, Roscosmos, and their counterparts, their flights, satellites, photographs, and missions would be amassed as elaborate fabrications, exposed as part of a global deception. The scientists and officials who upheld these narratives for decades would face unprecedented backlash, accused not only of fraud but of crimes against humanity. Funding for these agencies would be stripped away, and their activities subjected to criminal investigation. Space museums and exhibitions would be revealed as stage props of a grand theatrical performance, dismantling one of the key pillars of ideological control. A global collapse of trust in authority. If governments deceived humanity about something as fundamental as the nature of the cosmos, trust in them would evaporate irreversibly. Civil unrest, mass protests, and revolutions would erupt across the world as people recognized the depth of the lie that shaped their lives. States that upheld the myth would lose all legitimacy and moral authority to govern. Religious and philosophical upheaval. The true nature of the sun, moon, and dome would force a radical rethinking of religious and philosophical traditions. Billions would confront a profound existential crisis, realizing that their deepest beliefs about the universe, life, and purpose rested on myths. This would ignite a spiritual search not for dogma, but for truth grounded in direct observation, logic, and rediscovered ancient wisdom long hidden from humanity. A mass awakening of consciousness. Above all, the revelation would serve as a catalyst for an unprecedented awakening. Humanity would begin to ask questions long suppressed, to seek knowledge rather than accept illusions, and to challenge the narratives that kept it enslaved. Education, science, politics, and economics would undergo radical reevaluation, with a new emphasis on truth and genuine freedom. Humanity would recognize its immense potential and rediscover its power as creators rather than passive consumers. New horizons for research and real progress. If our world is indeed a closed system under a dome, with the sun and moon as mechanisms, entirely new avenues of exploration would emerge. Instead of wasting billions on fabricated journeys into space, science could focus on studying the dome itself, its properties, functions, and possible gateways. The Antarctic ice wall and the territories beyond it could become humanity's true frontier, rich with unknown resources and knowledge. Genuine science, freed from the grip of deception, could make discoveries that would transform life for all of humanity. Revealing the truth about space is not merely a scientific revelation, it is a strike at the very foundations of global control. It is the first step toward understanding that we are not adrift in an infinite void, but inhabitants of a deliberately constructed world whose true boundaries remain hidden. Only when we stop worshipping myths of infinite space and dare to look at the lights above us without prejudice will we glimpse the real truth and begin the journey toward liberation. This is not just knowledge. It is the key to a new era revolution of consciousness that will free us from centuries of deception and restore our true dignity and power. Get the full book on Amazon.